Hey guys, this is Dr. Anime again. I'm here to discuss the events that happened in episode 5 of The God of High School. Not much really happened in the sense where I have to go to like a long rant or a long explanation. Basically, this episode picks up right after the last episode, except it's, instead of showing like the ring and what happened, it's more Han in the bathroom throwing up. Both because of him seeing his best friend pretty much almost die in the hospital. I last episode I think I said he died, but in this one he didn't die, but they were able to save him. He was dying, but and he was also picturing the stuff he did to Mira in the fight, and there's blood on his hands too, and he just kept on barfing. And then we see Han at the hospital too, looking at his friend, who we got a name of. I'm just gonna call him Wu though, because let me see. I wrote down the name. It's Singite. And then Wu for the last name. I'm just gonna say Wu, like WOO. But yeah. Besides that point, we also see Mori talking to Mira in the hospital, and we find out that she would have been able to get healed, like from the slash she got from the chairman, but she didn't know because no one told her. And I'm pretty sure in the webtoons that they couldn't do that. No. It was the fact that she was hurt so bad that the nanobots couldn't fully heal it or anything like that, so she was still hurt. I'm pretty sure that's how it was. I think I mentioned that before, but there were Mori was more like mad of the two, whereas Mira was more understanding, because she was like, "Well, we don't know what made him get like that to that point, because obviously something had to have happened because he wasn't like that before." And Mori was like, "Well, I can't believe he did that. Like, he still fought like that. He knew you were hurt, and he aimed for that point, pretty much." So, so we get like a bit of them like trying to more of Mori trying to figure out like why, like pretty much why. So right after Mori fights his fight, because that fight ended up pretty fast. Like that was I don't even, yeah, that wasn't even like 3 minutes really. It was he fought the Brazilian Jujitsu guy. What's his name? Byun Jae-Hee. I'm gonna say Byun. That's his last name too, I'm assuming. But he he loses pretty fast. So I mean, Mori just took him out. And then it's Mori versus Han. This fight was blood. I'm not gonna say bloody, but it's like it was brutal. And technically, it was bloody because Mori did get hurt to a point where he was bleeding out his mouth, and he had like what looked like holes, not holes, but like it was like if he was like shot. Like he had like blood marks, like 3 blood marks. So the fight was pretty even, and then the commissioners were talking and saying that even though that their strength was about even, one of them had superior skills, and the other one who with the lower skill knew that and would have to try something. They didn't inform us who had the better skill. I'm just gonna assume it was Mori, but then again, actually no, it was Han. If we're going by like how the fight went, because he was pretty brutal. Like he was going in on Mori. Mori was defending himself too, and like giving off hits too. But like Mori himself literally said like, "You really are like the greatest or the best or something like that." Like a strong fighter. And I think it seems like he mimicked one of Han's moves, because Han uses um, all his stances from Black Turtle all the way to his fourth stance, which was a Surul Dragon, pretty much blue dragon. And then that is what caused Mori to get those blood marks in his body. And right after that, I think it was after. Yes, it was after that where Han found out that his best friend died, because the commissioners were still, well, more of Mujin Park. He was going to use the nanobots to heal his friend, because they made a deal where if he did an overwhelming fight, which was against Mira, which is why he did what he did, and was able to win the final, which would be against Mori, that they would heal his friend. And Han was like, no, it's gonna be too late for that. So they were like, okay, we'll do a contract. We're gonna heal your friend, but you got to do this kind of thing. So his friend dies, and Mira is there. Like, she walks in because she noticed that there's someone else with nanobots there, and she sees one of the commissioners there, the one with the blue hair. I forgot what was her name, but she goes there and she sees a picture of Han with the best friend, like healthy, of course, like the picture of that. And then the sister is crying over the dead body of her brother, and was saying like, don't die, pretty much, like, you still have stuff to live for, kind of thing. But it was already too late at that point. And then Mujin Park was talking about how they tried to heal him with the nanobots, but the friend was already past that point. Like, he was already, like, pretty much dying, so they couldn't really do anything at that point. If they would have done it like at the start of the tournament, for example, he most likely would have lived. But that's timing right there. So at first it seemed like Han was pretty much giving up the fight. He was still like blocking and everything, but he wasn't really attacking as Mori was going in on him. And then Mira comes in with the microphone and was telling him pretty much snap out of it. And then he goes to Mira, and Mira gives him a note that his best friend left for him. And then the referee was telling Mori to go fight, like, keep on fighting. Mori was acting like he couldn't hear him, like ignoring him, because he knew like Mira wasn't gonna do that for no reason. So Han reads it, and then he goes and fights Mori again, but this time he's more himself. Like, he's not fighting how he was before. He was more fighting like his true fighting, pretty much. And both him and Mori were pretty much fighting as friends. And at this point, that's when Mori used the blue dragon kick, and he defeats Han. And Mujin Park was proud of the fact that he called them like two tigers, like from tiger clubs to tigers, like they're both apex, fighters, kind of thing. So as that happens, Mira and Mori takes Han and, like, both on under each arm, and help him out of the ring. And then we pan up and we see a mysterious guy with turquoise color here, like blue green, that's turquoise, right? And we don't see his face, but we see him say, like, he was watching the fight. He was like, this is the extent of the fighters here, pretty much. So I'm guessing he's from another section of Korea, because they're in Seoul, like Seoul, I think it's spelled. But after that, we also pan out a bit more to someone watching the fight from TV. And I already know who this person is, but they don't really give you a name. You just see like from here down, and he's just smiling. All I'm gonna say is you're gonna get some Naruto vibes from this guy when you see his full power, or true form, or yeah, full power. But that's not until later. But he's looking to fight Mori for sure. And it seems like our characters are going to need to get a power up. So I don't know if there's going to be like a training arc, like an episode, a training episode, or is it just going to skip on to the nationals. They were fighting for one person to go, right? But I'm pretty sure three of them went. Like, was it 3-on-3? I think. I could be wrong. It's been a while because hundreds of chapters, like almost 200. So I'm already past that point, and it's like what, weekly. So a couple of years ago, it's not easy to remember, but yeah, like tell me what you thought of this episode too, like how you felt like in Han's situation, how you felt in Mira's situation, and Mori's situation. Like you get a glimpse of how manipulative Mujin Park is. But I mean, the first episode could have told you that. But man, I don't know what they're gonna do because they change stuff up from the webtoon. So I don't know what they're gonna do. I know maybe like the basis probably, but like I don't know what they're gonna do. I can't wait. Hopefully they could continue the continue the anime because I know COVID slowed things down a little bit. I just can't wait. So like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think below in the comment section, and I'll hit you back up again later. All right.